I'd be remiss to not uh, talk about the impact that Coach Gary Blair has had on my life personally and, just the game of basketball. Um, he has never not taken the time out to mentor me. I have so much respect for him, and I have enough respect to give him my best. He has always been there for me. I'm gonna miss him on the sidelines, and hopefully I can get some of his real secrets now that we won't be competitors once the season's over. But I just wanted to, I couldn't start without saying that. Secondly, I just want to talk about our T-shirts that we wore. It's Lucy Harris, the first black woman to be drafted by the NBA. We were really impacted by her story, and we wanted to pay our respects in the way that we knew how, and that was to try to keep her legacy going. It was really cool. Her daughter was in the stands, and her family, and it really meant a lot to them, and it meant a lot to us. Now on to the team, just really appreciative that we were able to show some fortitude and some resiliency. You know, take full responsibility for our display against Mississippi State, and you can always find something out of a failure. And I thought that we just got together and got back to what we know, and that's defending at a high level. Was really proud of the way our team was out there connected. I thought that Coach Shea had a great scout. We were prepared, and we were ready to get stops from the beginning of the game. And hopefully we can use this momentum to continue to build as we try to strengthen our resume for NCAA tournament.
Questions in the room for Coach?
I know it's always been about making the tournament, and that was always kind of been the goal. But just kind of given where we are in the season and whatnot, did this kind of feel like a game where you really kind of had to get back on track?
No doubt, absolutely. Not so much because we got to get to the tournament. It was we the games that the last few games haven't felt good. It hadn't felt it didn't feel like our kind of team, and we wanted to get back to that. So we really just looked ourselves in the mirror and said, what is it that we do that we can identify with? I think one that doesn't know who they are, they're like a leaf in the wind, and a leaf in the wind, you can end up on a sandy beach or you can end up on the lip of a volcano. So you have to know who you are, and we're a defensive team, and I think we just lost sight of that. And like I said, I that's on me, and it was on me to get us back focused on who we are and who we want to be. And we defend at a high level, and we feel like if we do that every night, we have a chance to win.
Maddie was aggressive early. I think she had 8 points in that first quarter. She forced that inbound pass turnover. She blocked a shot right before the half. Is that sort of the player that you need her to be?
Yeah, I mean, Maddie is a thinker. She's a pleaser, and I think the whole team got away from their identity. Not only her, but everybody, coaches, we all did. And that's a team that's in year 4 that hadn't had a lot of success, and then all of a sudden, boom, we get it, and it all happened really quickly. And so I think she too got back to who she is, high activity player. Maddie wants to win. Maddie came here to win. That's what she came here for. And so when I saw her being aggressive early, I knew she was going to have a monster game because we didn't have to ask her to do that. And if we don't have to ask Maddie to do that, uh, we're going to be okay. And every team has a big three. And our big three is Kira, Monk, and Maddie. And we always need 2 of the 3 to play well. And I thought, too, I mean, Kira did some things. I mean, she had 12 points, but tonight was Maddie's and Monk's. And that's what we need on a consistent basis.
I think it was the LSU game where Monk was 3 of 17 or
Yeah.
something like that. She was 7 of 12 tonight. Is that kind of the sweet spot for her in terms of the shots you want her to take?
Yeah, that's why I have her on the wing. Monk's a scorer, so I told her, you got to take anywhere from 10 to 12 shots a game. When we played LSU, she was at the point, and so that's too many shots when you're trying to set people up. So I wanted to free her up so she could be herself, and that's why I put her on the wing. That's where she's natural at. She has a good feel. She, too, got back to who she is from a defensive standpoint, and then naturally, offensively, it just comes with it.
Any other questions in the room?
Coach, I just want to congratulate you on earning your 50th victory at Ole Miss.
Oh, my God.
And, maybe if you could just reflect on that a little bit and, win number 19 this season.
Yeah.
And maybe what does it mean, the last couple of years
Wow.
going against a Texas A&M team and all that Coach Blair's had accomplished and where you're building and, going on and into the future, this new wave of head coaches as well.
Wow. Well, I didn't know that I had 50 wins. I wouldn't have known either because I'm not on social media. So, but this is why I came here, And I told my team just a couple days ago. I said I want to win a national championship at Ole Miss, but we can't skip steps, and I think that's where we got distracted a bit. All of a sudden we want to be top 4. Well, hold up. This team hadn't been to the tournament in 15 years. Let's start with that. Let's get to the tournament. And if we end up in the top 4, great. Let's take that pressure from trying to skip steps. And 50 wins, wow. That took a lot of, it's been a long journey. It's been tough. There have been trying times where I felt like maybe I wasn't the one for the job. There have been highs and there have been lows. And I'm thankful for, people like Maddie, Monk, Kira, Coach Shea, all my coaches for, believing in my vision and being a part of that because I couldn't do it without them. So, wow, that means a lot. And you caught me off guard with that one, so.
Questions on Zoom for Coach? Adam, go ahead. Adam, go ahead.
Sure.
David, go ahead. There we go.
Okay, sorry.
Here, Adam, go ahead.
Okay. Could you talk a little about just Shakira getting 1,000 rebounds and what that means for her career and the team?
What? Well, that's pretty cool. Again, I didn't know Kira had 1,000. I didn't know Kira had 1,000 rebounds. We will celebrate that tomorrow over some water. So that just, wow. When we asked Kira to come here and join us, we told her to come and leave a legacy and make history. And so I'm really proud of her for doing that. And that is what we said. That is my pitch to everybody that came. Come here, leave a legacy, make history. So that's pretty cool. We'll celebrate that tomorrow. Thank you, Adam.
David, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, when Kira got in early foul trouble tonight and had to come out of the game, Puckett's in the game, and she fired off a couple of threes from the top of the key. I was just curious your reaction to that.
Oh, I had no problem with it. AP can make threes. She wanted to hit one so bad tonight, she just couldn't. But there are a lot of parts of AP's game that people hadn't had a chance to see. It's taken her longer than we expected for her to come back from the injury, but it wasn't just an ACL. Like, it was an ACL, PCL, and MCL. That takes a little longer. So I was really glad to get her some minutes. She's been working extremely hard. She's been extremely positive every day in practice. And so we didn't lose a beat. You know why? Because we're not depending on Kira's points. We're a defensive team. So as long as whoever subs in wants to play defense, we'll have a chance.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions in the room or on Zoom for Coach?
Okay. So, Coach, so you mentioned that you were going off of social media, and it's something
Yeah.
that you normally do. Is it like a backstory behind it?
Well, last year, one of my mentors begged me to get off. They said that, you know, I would be able to focus more and just lock in. And so I did it, and we went on like a win streak. And social media is time consuming, and it takes a lot out of you. You know, you get good, but you also get bad. And so I just wanted a chance to just lock in into the two most important groups, and that's my team and my family. And during this stretch, it doesn't matter what people say after a win or a loss. It doesn't matter what people's opinions are. My focus is my team and my family. And this is how I get to really focus and eliminate distractions. And so that's why I've gotten off of it. And it's something I'll probably do every year when it's time to lock in. And I encourage our team to get off as well. And we did it when we lost to Belmont early in the year, and we won 13 games in a row. So we'll see how much luck we get with this one.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.